Hello. Chat, I heard MBT went to go pee. Can I get some pee poo-poos in chat? Pee poo-poos?
Hey,
How's it going, little
I'm
pee poo?
peeing, I'm pooping, I'm pee-peeing, been poo-pooing.
Did you
All
ever
right,
think you've been doing that your whole life, bro? Did you ever think you've been pooping your whole life and it's still something I suck at?
I haven't been pooping my whole life. I've been pooping for like the last 5 years tops.
The last 5 years, what'd you do before?
What?
You just kind of like,
I didn't poop.
you just kind of like consume it? You just, how does that work? What do you mean? You just like,
Wait, are you?
everybody poops, bro.
How often are you pooping?
Me? I'm pooping at least like 2 to 3 times a day.
Oh my god, dude, you're supposed to poop like once a week tops. What are you eating? Are you eating? Are you eating natural grains and fruits and vegetables? What the heck?
I'm eating everything, bro. I'm eating everything that includes crazy amounts of fiber, bro. That's the only way I'm able to move these bowel movements through my body.
I know why you're pooping 2 to 3 times a day. Is your guts look like a water slide?
Yes, true, bro. It's from all the mystery airheads that I was pounding, you know?
Oh man, do you ever think that like, okay, so we both we're the same age, right? You're like a couple years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
You ever think all that like candy you were eating in like the late 90s? There's no way that it was all like safe, right?
Oh, like 100% no. Definitely
Especially,
not.
did you ever eat any of those like did you ever know someone who had one of those like science labs where you would make like ooey candy or something gross, you know?
Not the science labs. The only thing I remember is like the Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah.
And then like the gross version of the Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah,
for
that stuff
guys,
that
bro.
stuff was definitely not like safe.
For sure, no, for sure. Did I tell you I used to eat gum as a kid? I used to swallow sticks of gum.
I did that as well. I did also.
I thought I thought it was so funny, bro. I was like, haha, check out this. And then I would pound like 5 strips of 5 gum. And then
You could do it though.
Like,
That's
cool,
what they don't
isn't
tell
it?
you about gum is you can do that.
Yeah, but okay, don't they always say it like stays in your
It's a
stomach for
complete
forever?
lie. It's a complete lie.
Is it a lie? Oh man, good. I was
I'm
like,
looking
man,
it up. Hold up. Gum is
just must have
edible,
been the
but it's
toughest
not
person.
recommended to swallow it regularly.
regularly, bro. What about like, what if you binge swallow gum? Is that okay? Like, not regularly, but you have like 10 strips in one sitting. I'm sure that's okay, right?
I'm looking it up. Swallowed gum does not cause intestinal problems. Okay, here's the problem I don't understand. Is that why is there such an importance placed on not swallowing gum if it turns out you can just swallow gum? Like, why is there like you can't swallow the gum? It's like you totally can.
There's a lot of things you can do, Joseph, but you shouldn't do all of them. Like sure you can eat as much gum as you want, but you probably shouldn't be like eating entire buckets of Big League Chew. And
But why? Why? Explain to me why.
I don't know. Does it digest a little bit slower than something else? I'm not gonna act like I'm the gum expert.
That's well, okay, yeah. I don't know.
What was I gonna ask, bro? Oh,
The human
you know
body
what I just figured
cannot
out today?
digest the gum base, but the swallowed gum doesn't stay in the stomach because anything you can't digest gets shit out. Yeah, okay, right. Obviously, right?
What else? I just figured this out earlier on stream today, man. Did you ever eat crayons as a kid? Were you a crayon eater?
Not for long. I did it for a short period of time.
That is so funny. Not for long.
Yeah, like when I was
But you
like
did eat-
2,
you
I'm
did
sure
eat
I ate a
crayons.
couple crayons, but
Dude, I never eat crayons before, and everyone in chat was like, Gage, what's your favorite crayon flavor? We were talking about the colors of the crayons because my sister had a 120 pack. I have never etten one single crayon.
you're fucking
not a
missing
single
out,
one in
dude.
my life.
What the fuck?
Some of the I will say some of the flavors looked delectable in that.
Oh,
120
yeah.
pack. They had a Granny Smith apple. I'm not gonna act like that wasn't calling my name.
All right, let me ask you a question. Let's say that you are told you're gonna die like tomorrow. Are
Okay.
you eating crayons?
No, probably not.
You're gonna meet your maker without ever having tasted the delicious
See,
waxy.
I feel like you're trying to equate this to like giving a dog chocolate before you put them down.
Oh, I don't do
And
that.
it's just not the
Wait,
same
are you
thing.
are
Like,
you
chocolate's
supposed to
a
do that?
delicacy. Some people do, yeah. Like, why not? Like, But see, chocolate's a delicacy. I don't think crayons are a delicacy anywhere in the world besides like probably the Crayola factory. Like maybe, well, they probably have like edible crayons at the Crayola factory. They've been probably working on that for years.
I actually went to college in the same town as the Crayola factory. So sometimes we would go
Ooh.
down and visit on weekends or when parents came by. It was a lot of fun.
Did they give out free taste samples?
No.
Did you? Okay, we also had another question, bro. Like, okay, apparently there's a lot of kids eating crayons.
Yeah.
I think there's more kids eating their boogers. Do you think that's healthy?
Oh,
Like,
I was
not
I was
healthy
a
in the way like
big booger kid. I
I
ate
was. I
boogers
was.
until I was like 20.
Bro, I was the booger baron. I was the booger baron, man.
Yeah.
I was snacking at all times of the day. Do you think that like builds a healthy immune system? Just like
No, it's your own.
no.
It's stuff from your own body, right? It's not like
So is it just gross? There's got to be some hidden benefit to it. I refuse to
chat
believe
saying
there's not.
20. I'm lying. I'm lying to you. What do you? But I do still pick my nose.
Oh, I do too. I'm not gonna lie and act
I
like I
just
don't.
like I don't get it. Like, listen, my nose. I'm not gonna be able to blow. Like, have you seen it? I'm not gonna be able to blow it all out. I got to get in there.
Oh no, bro. There are some people's nostrils that you're like you need to take an excavator to that thing.
Yes.
Like you ever have meet somebody that like how do you even approach that? How do you say like, hey,
Show
you
nose.
got
Yeah.
you got sugar central up in your nostrils, bro. You got to deal with that. Like, how do you bring that up to somebody?
No, I well, Jillian, when we first started dating, I was like, "Hey, I don't mean to be weird, but do you have like trouble breathing?" And she's like, "Yeah, out of my nose." And I was like, "Do you know how to pick your nose? Like, do you know how to pick and blow your nose?" And she's like, "Huh?" She didn't really get how to blow her nose.
Wait, is there like a technique to it? You think?
No, but like, she didn't understand how it would work. You know?
Are you not using nasal irrigators in USA?
Oh no,
What is
dude,
a
no.
nasal irrigator?
They're talking about
Is that
neti
like
pots. Have you ever used a neti
oh,
pot?
oh yes, I've used a neti pot, but
No.
like not regularly. I don't think you're supposed to use those regularly, right?
Well, no, and also you're not supposed to use them at all. It's like a
Oh,
complete,
really?
it's complete quack science, and the only thing that it does is put you at risk of brain parasites if you're using well water. Like, it's just it's a total it's a total piece of shit. Like, you really should not use a neti pot, but you should stick your finger up there.
Oh yeah, get the drilling.
Yeah.
Are you a flosser?
You know, I wasn't, and then they started selling in all the dental aisles, I know they're so bad for the environment, but the single-use plastic flossers, those I do go to town on. I single-use
like the
plastic
little-
floss
little-
probably once a week.
It's the little pick thing. I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
little
right?
picks.
Like a little plastic thing. Okay, yeah, yeah. And you said those go hard.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
I've seen a lot of people use like a water flosser, which
No,
is like
that-
a little like jet or something that you can
Every time I
spray
see
in.
like the water pick or like the Sonicor toothbrush, I'm like, you don't need to be that extra. Come on. Like,
No, you know what the right amount of extra is?
yeah.
We need to bring back tooth tunes, bro.
Oh,
You ever have a tooth
fuck.
tune toothbrush?
No,
I
I
had the
didn't,
black
no.
eyed peas. Let's get it started. Honestly, a crazy
I-
thing to
I
give
actually-
their child to get their day moving, bro.
I had the Tooth Tunes Black Eyed Peas. Let's get it started, but it wasn't the radio edit.
Yo, bro. My sisters had Hannah Montana, best of
that's
both
fun.
worlds.
It's the
That's a good one, too.
best of tooth care.
Did you hear she won a Disney award? She's like a Disney legend now, Miley
Hannah
Cyrus.
Montana? Yeah, what do you mean? Like,
She's like, what was I reading? It was an award given out to typically like producers and like,
Oh,
people
that's
that made
nice.
TV shows, but they gave it to her. She's the youngest award winner of a Disney legend. I think it's kind of weird though because like, are we just forgetting like those 3 years that she was like a degenerate, pretty much? Just
you
like,
know,
on camera the
I
whole
feel
time?
so bad about Miley Cyrus. I feel like she got like completely, all those child stars, they kind of go through a phase because like they didn't really have a childhood, but she was getting like exploited by everyone all the time that entire time. And
Yeah,
I was
heard
like,
her dad
oh,
was like
man.
especially a
Billy
terrible
Ray,
person.
what a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
Billy Ray, yes.
Yeah.
Did
He
you
was
ever think
awful.
you could be a Disney star? Do you think you ever could do that?
No, man.
I don't know.
Absolutely not.
I don't know, man. I watch a lot of movies and stuff with child actors,
Yeah.
and I think like I could easily do.
Oh, they're
that. Like,
terrible actors. Yeah, no.
I Nothing gets me more out of a movie than a shit child actor, and there are so many of them, bro.
Yeah. Well, the Disney ones, they shop around for kids that like look good, you know, because
Hey,
like,
yo, wait, you want to elaborate?
oh yeah, so everyone who is a producer there is a pedophile. No, no, it's like they're shopping for like kids that are like photogenic, not kids that are like good at acting
No, I get it. I
necessarily.
know. Yes, yes.
Did you read the Jeanette McCurdy book?
Oh yes, dude. Oh my goodness. I got that for my first Audible credit that I had. I
Yeah,
downloaded that, and I've
that's a
actually
fun
listened to
one.
that whole thing twice. Actually, really, really fantastic book.
Yeah,
Very insightful.
it's
I watched that, and I also
it's
listened
rough.
to Matthew McConaughey's audiobook too
All
on
right, all
recommendation.
right,
Have
all
you heard that
right.
one? It was called Green Lights. Have you heard of that one?
No, what is he? Does he talk about how he's running for governor?
No. It's about how he grew up and like how he got his start in the business and everything. It's very good. I think Swolax recommended that one to me. Do you
Matthew
get time to read
McConaughey, he's
nowadays?
great.
Or
You
do you
know,
read a
not
lot?
as much as I'd like. I try to read.
I know Jillian reads. Jillian tells
Jillian
like
has a
she was telling me how much
problem.
she reads.
All right, she reads a little too much, if you know what I'm saying. These women, they read too much, and then they get these ideas, you know, and we can't have that. No, she reads a lot. I don't really have as much free time as she does, but I read. I try to read about a book a month.
A book a month.
Yeah.
Are you picky with your selection, or do you
Yeah,
just take like
yeah.
the first thing
I
you see?
actually, I well, I'm not picky when I start, but I will put books down, which is something that Jillian doesn't really do. Like I recently picked up at like a church book sale, um, Garrison Keeler's, The Book of Guys, and it's a series of like essays about being a guy and like guyhood and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be charming. Garrison Keeler, like a, I guess I would say Midwestern humorist who got me too'd. And so I'm reading this book, and it is just, I get one chapter in, and the first essay is just dripping with a sort of intellectual. Ugh, I hate to be like this. You know how there are people that are like hooting, like jug band type like misogynists.
Sure, I can envision them.
Yeah.
I get the picture.
Yeah, well, there's another group of people who have exactly the same beliefs and philosophy, but they're like, "Oh, but I don't associate with them. I'm an intelligent person." That type of like writer was
Full of
so popular in the 90s, and I'm just reading this first one and I'm like, dog, you are not fooling anyone. You're just a smarmy little smug, self-centered little prick. And it's just like I feel so mean saying it, but the writing is like so insecure and so inauthentic, and like comes to conclusions that like any 14-year-old guy could come to, and I'm just like, I gotta put this fucking thing down. And so I started reading the next Dune book instead.
Do you remember like? Can you give me like a sentence of his ideology that made you like that baffled you or something? Like, do you remember any part of it that you could
Oh
like
yeah, I mean,
relate?
the premise of it is in a poker game, he wins a entry into a gentleman's club that's composed of like Southern hicks who get around a fire every month, and they drink until they can't stand up and tell stories about how women have mistreated them, right? And
Die Night.
yeah, and listen, that I want to go on record. I think that's fine. I think that's great for those people, you know? But he goes to one of these nights with this detached air of superiority. He spends the whole time talking about how all these people are just dumb hicks, and he's like, but you know, we do have a true brotherhood among us, because truly who has not been wronged by a woman? And then he starts talking about all of his awful experiences with women, but the whole time he's making clear that he is on an intellectual like summit relative to these like hooting, you know, hicks.
Mhm.
His problems with women are so much more intellectual and so much more. And I'm like, man, shut up. Everyone's got the same problems with girls. Come on. Can you just let it go for 5 minutes?
So you put that book down, you said. Like
Yeah,
you
I
don't
wasn't into it.
you don't have like a sunk cost fallacy like I'm 3/4 the way of this book, I will finish it despite how
Nah,
bad
if it
it is.
sucks,
And
I'll just leave.
I actually had that moment for I'm gonna say not even like the first time. I don't do it like almost ever. I had to like step away from a movie I was watching. It was so bad. I was watching this movie with my mommy. We were watching it was called Jackpot. And like the premise of the movie is pretty cool. It's like the premise kind of like The Purge. There's like a jackpot in the future and a ticket holder can win it, but you have to live for 24 hours and everybody else can kill
I
you to
saw
win
a
the
commercial
lottery.
for this. Yes.
So yes, it has like a whole bunch of like high profile actors like John Cena, Aquafina's like a main character in it.
Oh, good.
They've got like
Aquafina's in
Machine
it.
Gun Kelly, but it's like
Oh wait,
and
no, I
it
remember
was awful.
Aquafina's the woman, right? And like
Yes,
John Cena's protecting her.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yes, bro, I had to stop watching that like an hour in. All it is like an incessive amount of just like one-liners and quips and stuff like that. Miserable fucking movie, bro. It was. I wish I could just describe it more. It's one of those things. Has anybody else in chat seen it? Anybody in chat
No,
bothered to try to watch it?
I know what kind of movie you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we've got this person here, so have them say something funny. Like they had
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly, and they built like a whole thing around him having a panic room for some reason, and they went and they had to go. They hid in his panic room for a little bit. I don't
Okay.
fucking know, bro. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Did you have you ever seen the movie The Beekeeper?
Yeah, that was didn't you tell me about this? This was like the movie that you watched on a flight.
Yeah, that's and you said
Yeah, we
you said
talked
you
about
also
this,
watched
yeah.
it on a flight?
I did. Yes, I watched the same one on the flight, bro.
That's
It was a
my
good
most
movie.
recent
It was a
No,
good
that's my
flight
most
movie.
recent walk away movie, but I didn't walk away cuz I was on a flight.
That was for a flight movie. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I watched the Detective Pikachu movie on a flight, I remember. That
Oh,
was
how was that? I didn't watch
uh
that one actually.
you know, I maybe think it was okay, so you know how when you're on a plane, you like just are more sentimental than you would be not on a plane?
Sure, I guess.
It has to do with like because it's like a vacuum chamber or whatever. I remember being like, wow, this was a really touching movie. And then I came back and then I landed and I was like, actually I think it was fucking stupid. I was like, was it because I was in the air? Is that why? It was a lot of Jigglypuff in real life type stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I started to realize the type of movie like Jackpot and Beekeeper are, and they really are just like they're like diet John Wick movies. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
like it's just a whole bunch of like over the top combat and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think John Wick was the only one that was able to do it good because Alex loves those movies. He told me to watch them, and I ended up watching them.
John
I was like,
Wick?
they really don't sound like my speed. Yeah, John Wick.
Oh
And he's like, you
no,
gotta watch them. They're so
I'm a
good.
big John Wick guy. I think it's so
I ended up
fucking
watching all
fun.
of them. They're bangers. I ended up watching them. But then I started to realize like a lot of movies that do kind of a similar model like that.
Yeah,
And they're just not as fun. Like they're just not as fun.
yeah. No, yeah. I don't know. His slop is what I call them. No, John Wick is not slop.
And it could just be slop. It's like just a whole bunch of fighting and stuff. But it's fun. I don't know. They do the
Yeah.
fighting really well and stuff.
Exactly. That means it's not slop. That means it's epic. What do you
What did you do today on stream?
this same old same old. I watched Saga Dual Tainting. Gonna do a Twitter thread after this. How about you?
I've been playing Hearthstone today.
You've been playing Hearthstone a lot.
I've been crushing it, bro. I'm rank 83 legend. I'm kind of
Jesus
like in there, bro.
Christ.
I've been on one, dude. I've had some really good games and stuff like that. I played against the current Grandmaster Tour champion. His name's Maxi Bon. I don't know if that name rings a bell. He's been
No.
around forever.
Did you
but-
you played for content or just on ladder?
No, I've been playing ladder on stream, and I was queued up against him while he was doing his ladder run. And bro, I lost a 1 out of 6, and that was the only way he won. It was kind of crazy.
That's annoying.
I had the game every which other way, but he won a 1 out of 6 coin flip. It's not. A
See,
coin
this
flip,
is
but a
why
1 out of
I don't think I could do Hearthstone.
Hey, it was really fun though.
Yeah.
I didn't even get too mad at it because I did realize afterwards, like, it was something that you could just blindly get mad at. But I looked at the match again and I was like, I played a card that put me down to that health total that I didn't have to, and I could have won. So I don't know. Like I said, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh. There's like 3 turns, but there's a lot of game in those turns. You know.
Mm-hmm. Is it like 3 turns now?
A lot of game. I just had 2 games end on turn 4, I think, or something like that. But it depends on the matchup. I
Yeah.
don't know if like it's not like classic where every deck makes it to turn 10, but like there's some matchups that end on like turn 4 or 5. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's good, man. I always tell you to try it out again, but just gotta find the time.
There's just like
I don't know.
so much. Yeah. I don't know if I really have the time. I will say though, I got the time for Battlegrounds. Now that's not Hearthstone.
I don't know, bro.
You're just not a
don't
you're
see
just
it.
not a Battlegrounds guy.
I genuinely tried it the other day, man. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna queue up a few games of this and see if I like it. And
You just don't.
it just didn't click with me. I just don't like it. It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously it's not the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck
So I
you.
will bully you for playing it, fucking nerd.
Well, you and the 40 people who are still playing actual Hearthstone can have a lot of fun with that.
Hell yeah, bro. That's how it'll be. All right, buddy. What are you off to now? You said you're doing a Twitter thread.
Yep.
What's the topic?
Good question. The topic is the ban list.
Oh.
How do you
like
feel
what
about the
people think
ban
of it?
list? What are you thinking about the ban list?
I'm not playing this month, or not this month.
This
I'm
month.
not playing this format. I'm not playing this format. I don't think. Not really surprising. I was saying before, like I played only like a handful of games last format, anyways.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna play Edison. You know, at least that format's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be a Vegas 3v3. There might be. Who knows?
Oh,
Maybe.
there better be. I'd assume there would be. How would you want it to do the different formats again? Or
I would want to
you,
do
I wanna
Ultimate
send
Time
them all
Wizard
Edison.
again. Yeah.
I mean, for the 3v3, would you want it to be like Goat, Edison, and Tengu again? Or I really want to see just an Edison 3v3. Everybody plays Edison.
That would be fun.
You know?
I think there is a chance. They won't change GOAT because despite the fact that GO format sucks balls, like it's just so iconic, but they might change the third format. Like the third format might be like Toss. Cause
I think it would be Hat over Toss. For some reason, Hat's picking up steam.
I
don't like that format either, but
I was looking at they were doing what is it? The surveys at the WCQ, and they did this for the most recent Euro thing too. They were asking like, have you heard of these formats? And the 3 they'd heard of, or they had like selectable, were Goat, Toss, and Edison. And then the rest, it was like, if there's any other old formats you like, write them here. And I was like, I remember last year they had Tengu. They were like Tengu Plan. And it was not there this year. So I don't know. But the Toss they wanted was, I think, November 2019. So it's like, I think right after Dane release. So there's no Masquerena.
Oh, so it's not actually.
Well,
I don't
so
want to say it's
Toss
not
is like
Toss because I guess it technically is, but
no, Toss is like 2 years of formats, and only the really late ones actually have Orchest as like a real thing you can do. And as soon as Chaos Impact comes out, the format becomes like it's pretty clear that Striker Orchest is the only thing worth playing, I think. So I think they're trying to like shoot the gap on like, okay, Dingirsu's out, but you can't make Masquerena type stuff.
I don't know. I always feel like the third format, it's Goat, Edison, and the third one, whatever it will be, is always like just turbo niche. Like
it's so
very
rough.
small handful of players actually play the format.
Well, I just
like
feel
Tengu, I know a few people played it, but then like, man, you tried it and I tested it with you, and I just did not like it after trying it. I was just like, this is not what I think is a good format. It doesn't even come close.
And there's a lot of people who did a lot of like changing to the format. Like Frazier like spent a long time like labbing stuff out. And I think like the invention of that Synchro Cat deck was cool, but like every other development in the format is just so bad. It's like, oh, now you can play like Turbo Gravekeeper. It's like awesome. It's like that TG deck that plays main deck triple skill drain is playable, and it's like cool.
Very cool format.
And but it's like, oh, so but like outside of that, what's the format like? And it's like, oh, Edison. It's exactly like Edison. It's like the same back row lineup as Edison. It's like, well, you know, I can't imagine. The thing is, like, the game doesn't feel noticeably different. like in terms of speed. I think until like Infernity starts taking off in like late Hat, and then like Duelist Alliance or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like the XYZ era of the game brought like a whole new tempo to it. Like even just like I think it's noticeably quick, like right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Decks like Wind Up and even Inzektor is like a deck that doesn't play like any other deck before.
Oh God, if they
Like
do
the
wind up format, I'll just quit. I
I
think
miss that deck, bro.
the format that I would like to be the third format, which of course won't be the third format because God hates me, is the like NAWCQ format from 2016 with like Monarch, Cosmo, BA, and Pepe. I think that format is
Oh,
fucking
what? You like
awesome.
that format?
I loved that format.
Oh my, what was Pepe? That was is that post emergency list?
Emergency list.
Remember the
Oh
adjusted list that
God,
we had
yes.
for monkey board and shit?
I think it's like 4 or 5 months after the emergency list. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
The Pepe
I
deck was
I,
like
I
Draco
played a
Pal.
lot then. Yeah. Oh man, I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh then, bro. That was like
That was
right
a
before
fun
I
ass
went to
format.
college. I was
And
playing a
like
lot of
you can
Yu-Gi-Oh.
play like Super Quant. BA Narc is like one of the coolest decks of all time. That stupid Klee Demise deck is around and bad.
Oh, the Klee stuff was so filthy. Oh my god, I forgot the
It was
Klee
very
fields.
bad though. It was not good.
You remember? Do you remember Towers Turbo when that was a development?
Yeah,
Just
I
summon Applecliff for Towers and nothing beats it.
that's a little earlier, but I remember when Towers Turbo was really good and so people were buying like $30 Diamond Crab King. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah, the Crab
Jesus.
King. Oh man, bro. Oh man. Oh man. I miss those jump prom. Do I miss those jump promos?
I know I'm like
Because I'm not an EU player. I'm not an EU player. That's because I
get
miss
fucked
them.
Link
But
Haribo.
oh man, Europe didn't have Summon Sorceress. They didn't have Link Karibo. They didn't have Crab King. Wow.
Mhm.
Damn.
All right, okay. I'll do my videos now.
All right, bud. Thanks for chatting for a moment there.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you.
Oh, we just caught up to the second most recent saga, not the one that went up today, and you are ahead for the first time ever after
Was
Shino
this the
birding him up.
one? Oh, so this is the last episode
It's the
before
last
ban list.
Shino birding, yeah.
Oh yeah, that deck. You think it's gonna make it? Think I'm gonna still be able to
No,
play
I
that
think you're
list?
gonna get killed. I think they're gonna
No.
hurt you as hard as possible.
No.
I did like when Doug was like, "This is so much worse than Labyrinth." I'm like, "Yeah, he had one Labyrinth card." Like, I should hope
I think I
so.
just saw it every game. So,
Yeah.
all right, buddy. Well, I'll leave you be then.
Bye.
Bye.